Good morning. Winter is officially here. Everything is going to be getting locked in with the snow and the cold. That means we need to move our Idaho pasture pigs and get them into their winter housing and their breeding housing. So we're keeping 2 of our pigs to butcher. They still need to get raised up till January before they're going to be market weight. And then we have sweet potato and Yukon. We're going to be putting those 2 together, so we'll have piglets in the spring. So we're going to put them over in the other barns for this winter, and we need to build a few things to get ready for that. So pigs are really hard to get into trailers. One of the things we need to do is we need to build a ramp so they'll load in our trailer easier. So we need to go run down to our trailer and get a few measurements off of it. I want to see how high up off the ground it is. I want to make sure it's not more than 22 inches off the ground. If it is, I'll just have to make our ramp longer, and I need to figure out how wide we need to make our ramp. I'm using Joel Salatin's Polyface design books. He has a lot of good concepts and instructions for building different projects on your homestead, and you can adapt them to make them work for whatever measurements you need. So let's go run down, we'll figure out how high it is off the ground, and I also want to see when we're shutting the gate if we have room for the ramp to still be on, if we got to figure out a way to drop it down and have like a stand on the bottom of it, so that way we can get the door to shut with the ramp there, because we don't want to be trying to shut the door and having the ramp in our way. Because pigs, it can be a fun day when you're trying to load pigs into the trailer, so we want to make this as easy as possible. I want to think of a way to modify the trailer so we can mount the ramp and still be able to shut the door. Because right now, if we set it on this lip, the ramp, we only have 1.5 inches, and we're going to have like 3 inches of wood, because you're going to have your ramp and then you're going to have like slats for them to step on so they're not slipping. That's only 1.5 inches off the ground. So we want to have a way to mount it so it's like under here. So I wonder if I can mount something here.
Like weld or something?
Or bolt it. Get a piece of metal or just a piece of wood, block it and mount it, so that way we can still shut the door, because the last thing we want is to have all the pigs in there and have to pull the ramp off to shut the door, because that would not be fun. You wouldn't be fast enough, I don't think. So 72 inches is more than wide enough. Because what is the door? The door is 74 inches. So if we go 72, that'll be perfect. And then I want to see what the height is. So right now the height is 12 inches. And just depending on how it sits on the truck, if the front of it is down a little bit more, which it probably won't be, it might be like 15 inches high. So height-wise, we're perfect for the length we're going to make. We're going to make it 5 feet long by 6 feet wide. And now I just want to be thinking of a way to mount that. You can always just make legs too out of some cut off 6x6s. That'll be like 10 inches high or 8 inches high. And that way we can just dump it down. It would have a height to it already that would just sit up against the trailer. That would probably be the most convenient way to do it. But yeah, all right, let's head back up and get organized. You're right.
What? Can you say that again?
We were just trying to remember this morning if we had 1 pig board or 2 pig boards. And we have 2. We have a 4-foot long one and a 30-inch long one. Okay, so we do have 2. We have another freshly roasted batch of coffee going live today, December 10th. It's already up on the website, ready for you guys to go ahead and purchase some if you'd like. If you are a member and you get early access to the video, the coffee is live as you are watching the video. We're gonna have campfire decaf, which is one of my favorite. I love being able to drink coffee at night, especially when it's cold out. So that is one of my go-tos. We have our In the Woods dark roast. We have our new one, Off-Grid Sunrise. It is delicious. It's got a little bit of a chocolate taste to it after you finish sipping it. That one is really good too. I know I keep saying they're all really good, but
They are.
they are. It's hard to pick my favorite because they're all that good.
We've had a lot of people reach out about our Brutus sticker, our Figaro sticker, and our George magnets to see if they would be available for sale, and they are now available. You can either get them as a single sticker or magnet, or we also have a bundle pack with all three.
And there are a very limited quantity on those. We also have some merch available. We got sweatshirts, perfect time of the year for a sweatshirt. We got some t-shirts. We got stickers, we got some carpenter pencils, and a few other things. We're gonna be packing these orders within the next couple of days. So we're hoping that you guys can get them before Christmas. We can't guarantee that you'll have them before Christmas, but we're hoping that you will. We'll pack them, like I said, within a couple of days of the orders, so that way we can make sure we get them out to you guys as quick as possible. And we're also gonna be throwing in a Christmas card that we've made. We're not gonna show you what the Christmas card is, but if you make a purchase, any purchase, you're gonna get a Christmas card from us. And it's one that Gina had made, so it's a custom card. So if it's something you want to get, you'll have to place an order to see what it is. We have a limited quantity of those too. So the first 150 orders, we'll get those with their order. For everybody who's made a purchase, we want to thank you for supporting us on this coffee endeavor because it supports my habit. I love coffee and I love having fresh coffee in the house all the time. So if you guys want to get some, click the link down below or go to lumnahacres.com. I'm going to finish my cup of coffee, then we're going to get back to the build. All right, the other day I moved a lot of stuff around because we were supposed to get 8 inches of snow. We got like 2. So these were undercover. I have our metal siding in here because it was covered in snow. So I'm trying to like use the workshop for projects to keep everything nice and dry. It's actually awesome to be able to work inside a warm spot this year right now. All right, so we can get 2 60-inch long pieces out of each board, which is perfect. So let's and then every board we don't have to measure, we'll just slide it in, put it to here, and that'll cut it to the right length.
If any of you are looking for some tools, this is the time of year to be looking for some because you can usually get some like bundles or some really good deals at Home Depot, Lowe's, all those places on Milwaukee Tools, DeWalt Tools, probably all the other ones. But this is a good time if you've been waiting and you're like, I'm not getting that because of the cost, but pay attention because right now is a good time to be finding deals. Must be kind of warming up because I hear crackling on the roof.
Right. We're gonna need 14 of them, Brutus.
It's pretty heavy.
It is gonna be heavy. We'll have to move it with the tractor to where we need it and then just put it in place. But if it's not heavy, it won't support the animals when they're climbing in. All right, now we gotta make some other parts and pieces, and then we gotta rip these to a different width. We need to make some different widths now, and we have a bunch of 2x6 pressure treated lumber. So instead of going and buying some 2x4s and some 2x3s, I'm just gonna rip it out of what we have. So we're gonna go 3.5, 3 3/4. So we're gonna get 2 of them at this, and then the rest of them we'll figure out what we wanna make for a width. Those will be our slats, so when the pigs are walking up the ramps, they have traction, and they're not slipping all over the place.
They're so heavy.
It is. It's all wet and frozen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it hasn't had time to dry out. Pressure treated. Gotta love it. I'm gonna leave that one there because I want to get a measurement. And then I'll take that one. Let's rip down these last 2 pieces into our slats. They're starting to melt. Now that we have our parts and pieces all cut, standing up, all the ice is off, they're drying out nicely. The rest of our 2x6s are drying out nicely. We don't need those, but I'm gonna leave these inside and let these dry off and the ice melt off, because man, this lumber was terrible. And it's just because it's cold out and all of the wetness inside froze. This stuff out there didn't really get rained on, it was undercover. So yeah, it'd be nice to have it dried out. This stuff will build it, and then I'm gonna stand it up overnight over by the pellet stove and let it dry out even more. And then we go to use it tomorrow morning. It should be a little bit lighter. It's still gonna be pretty heavy. Once it's all dried out, it'll be good, but. You gotta watch out. Set it in, let's go a foot from the edge. That's 10 inches, that's 12 inches. That's 13. That's 12, we're good there. Oh yeah, she gonna be heavy. Oh yeah. Watch out. Woo. Now let's cut some spacers. So we'll keep these all even. We'll go 6 1/4. Don't worry about Brutus. He can take his afternoon nap anywhere. definitely one of those things that's gonna be heavy, but if you don't build it heavy duty, the pigs are gonna break it. We'll let this dry out overnight. See you in the morning. Good morning. It is a nice chilly morning this morning. It's about 23 degrees out, and I can hear the wood boiler running. Let me go check it. It's got some coals in it, but it definitely needs some more wood. It's definitely winter here. I don't know about where you guys are, but winter has definitely set in. It's not supposed to be snowing today, but we got a nice little pretty flurry going on. We have more snow coming in, I think tomorrow night, and then all day the next day. But this is pretty. Sorry, it's getting me distracted. I gotta put wood in the wood stove. On a gasification boiler like this, you want that big bed of coals. That's what makes it burn really efficient and use a lot less firewood. So I like seeing the big bed of coals. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna go inside, eat breakfast, and then I'll meet you out at the workshop.
What's going on?
Well, we were just coming back out after eating breakfast after morning chores, and the 3 pigs are up here. I don't think Azalea and Cookie like it. They'll probably can get out on the other side. I'm not sure how they got out.
It's probably the snow on this fence.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's go see if make sure they're not coming out this side. What are you ladies doing? What are you doing, ladies? Cookie, you don't like your visitors, do you? There you go. We gotta move you. We're just not ready yet. Come on this way. How'd you ladies get out? Come here.
Let us know now. You want to leave her out or go in?
Well, let's see.
You might be your best bet right now to put her with him.
And we can load them on the trailer together. The fence was knocked over right here. Come here, sweet potato. Sweet potato. Want to see if you can walk behind her?
Yeah.
Hey.
It's this way. No, come on, sweet potato, go this way. Go in there with Yukon. We got the 2 feeder pigs back in, but sweet potato does not want to come in. I don't think it's not that she doesn't want to. She's just like, okay. She's kind of la-di-da. She goes around their pen and she goes near Yukon's, and every time we can't get her in either spot. So Al's going to go ahead and try to use these cattle panels to get her in, which would be probably good because then we can get on both sides of her. She's definitely not aggressive. She's just, well, she's taking a nap right now over there. She's just kind of whatever, but she's not going back in. It'll be easier for us right now to get her in with Yukon than to force her in with the other ones because we got to separate them anyway. So, is that from a woodpecker?
I don't know. I was just looking at that. I'm like, let's see what's over there for tracks. I don't know if that'd be a woodpecker or what's over there scratching up that dead tree. So we're gonna make a pig mover 10,000. She'll move, but she just won't go exactly where we want her to. So we're gonna make a little triangle out of some hog panels we have here, and then we'll be able to put them around her and then just move her and walk her towards. We're gonna put her with Yukon, and then we can just open it up and let her go.
I think our biggest challenge right now is gonna get her up from her nap because she's just laid down and she's pretty big, so she's just planted herself down. So if we can get her back up and scoot her over there, that'll be good. Oh, now she got that fence down. We're gonna have 3 pigs out again.
Oop.
Oh goodness.
I guess maybe she's going back in with the other pigs. Let's go see. We don't want them all out again. So close. You wanna go see your friends? Go for it. All right, well, unfortunately, but fortunately, I guess, Sweet Potato is back in with the other two girls. We were hoping to put her in with Yukon, but she knocked over that fence again. It was off this time. And I figured before the other two, and then we had 3 pigs all out again, we might as well just get her in with her girlfriends for now. But I'm gonna finish building the pig mover 10,000 just because next time we need it, we'll just be able to grab it and have it. Sorry, you kind of gonna have to wait another day, sir. We tried. All right, so I'm gonna say that is a woodpecker doing all that. There's no animal tracks down low. They're going to town on that tree. Or at least, nah, it's been since it snowed.
Yeah, because look at all the wood chips.
Yeah. Before over here we had our electric fence coming off the barn this way, running down that way, and then over to the gates, and under the gates is burial electrical wire, and then it fed all of the electrical fences and the ones where we're going to be moving the pigs. Well, this area got disconnected and we haven't had a chance to hook it up yet, and now the ground's frozen, so we got to figure out a way to get power from the electric fence over here to the back side of this fence or the top of it, and we got to run either burial electrical wire down and just leave it out for now exposed, or run it somewhere along the fence because we got to be able to get power over to the electrical fence on that side. This was one of the projects I was hoping to get done before the ground froze, and we didn't. I couldn't do it until we got the area all back dragged, and we couldn't back drag this until the cattle chute was in, so that was done. We back dragged this area, and then we just started freezing up, so I didn't have a chance to bury wire over here. I always try to keep different fencing supplies on hand because I've always found you need what you don't have. So I usually have a little bit of everything. Because usually when your animals get out and you're trying to fix a fence, it's not a convenient time. Do I taste good? Oh, you got that fence shocked you.
All of our other animals love treats. Cookie and Azalea, they won't take any kind of treat. We've tried. They don't like anything besides their normal stuff.
All the cattle chute is staying nice and dry and no snow on it.
Oh, Cookie must have just burped and it smells so bad.
Like fermented hay.
So gross. How's my baby doing? Huh? Good.
Cookie, you're not going to like it when that gets electrified. This is the part that's buried over here to go under the gates. And then it hooked back up and electrifies the fence over there. And then it goes underground and gets the 2 barns. So this is what we're getting power to. I just got to figure out, probably do something like this. Is it long enough? Yeah, if I put the fence here, I can. Get him. See him?
Good boy.
That'll get power over the rest of the fences, and it'll keep the cows from pushing up against the fence. All right, now we can turn this on, and then we'll go over to the pig fence. I have a disconnect over there, so it's not turned on. I want to check all the fence over, see if we gotta make any adjustments. Then we'll turn the fence on, check, make sure it's hitting good. All right, so I might want to run a strand back here again, because when the snow gets deep enough, that's gonna get buried. I have to get a string and go to this one. All right, so the bottom one will leave, but we need to run one in this third spot that's missing, because when we get deeper snow, that's gonna be too low. And then we're gonna want this one and this one for the pigs. Pigs don't see this high, but we're gonna leave these up. So I have to run 2 more strings before we get the pigs over here.
These barns have been very versatile. We built these for our first barns on our homestead here until we could get a bigger barn built. And then I wasn't sure how much we'd really use these barns, but we have used them for so many things. We've used them to keep the cows separated, get used to the new homestead. We're going to be using for pigs now. They've just been very, very useful. And just to be able to have different paddocks for the animals when we need them is really, really nice. We have built so many little structures on wooden skids so we can pull them around the homestead. That has really been great. So that way, when it's in one spot, we can always move it to another spot, and it's very versatile. There she goes. Don't get the fence.
And then tonight, once I lock the cows up for the night, I'll have to come out here with the tractor with the pallet forks and get in position. Where
do you want to stick it?
I'm just gonna stick it right here later. We need to run some more fence. We used to have fence here. I'm not exactly sure why I took it down. I had a good reason for it back when I took it down. I just don't know what that reason was. So let me run this out, spool it up. Well, luckily, I didn't take down my ratchets. Those are still hooked up, so that's a bonus. It always seems like every year we're pushing it to the max with winter to trying to get projects done that we need to get done before like the cold and the freezing sets in. And this was definitely one of the projects that we should have had done before, but we didn't. We're gonna get it done. We just didn't have it done early enough. So the fence is all up. I gotta go put some rubber insulators around where the T-posts are. And then this one's done, and we'll jump over to the other one and get that one done. And then we'll test them. Yeah, we didn't make it in time for winter, but we'll still get it. We can't let this stop us. I just went around and finished putting in my rubber insulators so this way my fence won't be arcing out on our corner metal T-posts. And I'll tell you what, that sun is setting and my hands are getting a lot colder every time I take my gloves off. It is cooling off quickly. That's perfect. Nice and taut. All right, this fence is done. Now, let's get the next one strung up. All right, this time we're gonna start on this end and work our way around. Then we can tie it off and then come back and do the ratchet. That'll work the best. All right, we got all the electrical fence done and hooked up. We lost daylight, but we gotta go get some hay bales for the pigs. Let's get them brought up here. Let's get the tractor warmed up. We'll get the hay up here. And that way, it'll be ready for us in the morning. One less thing we gotta do. let's go get one more for the other pig area. Well, the plan was to get the pigs moved today. Them escaping on us earlier, that didn't help. And today, we ran out of daylight. So we're not going to get them moved, but we are ready to get them moved first thing in the morning. But this is where we have to end this video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. Hope you guys are having a great day. And it's getting pretty cold here tonight, so let's get down in the teens. It's going to be the coldest one so far. Hope you guys are warmer than us. We'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.